Alrighty, what is going on, guys? My name is Skinny Bone Jones. Now, earlier today, a whole bunch of screenshots and superstars were revealed for WWE 2K16. Now, what I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be taking a screenshot from today and the first screenshot from last year's game, and I'm going to do a little side-by-side comparison, I guess. So, in the top left of the screen, you see the John Cena screenshot that was released today, and in the bottom right, you see the John Cena screenshot that was released around this time last year. Now, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be comparing them, starting things off with the clothing. You can see in both that the armbands are different, of course, because last year, basically it's just a more updated attire for John Cena. A small detail I noticed is that in this year's game, on the Never Give Up blue band, it looks a little more cloth-like, more for that cloth simulation that we saw a few weeks ago revealed in the 2K dev account, in comparison to 2K15. And the 2K15 armband, the green one, it just doesn't look as realistic as it does in this year's game. Now, moving on is the sweat, the glossy sort of effect on both superstars. In WWE 2K15, it looks kind of plasticky, whereas it still has that plasticky sort of effect in 2K16, as you can see by the screenshot. There's not really much you can do about that. Graphically, they're pretty much similar in terms of that, but you can see in 2K16 in the screenshot that there's more of a sweat effect. You can see John Cena sweating. If you look really closely at it, which I did, you can see little drops, small water drops. And so that's a really nice detail that I like. Hopefully, as the match goes on, the sweat increases and it starts to drip off. That's something I want to see, in addition to the same sort of thing with the blood. But that's for another video. The next thing is the hair. In the 2K15 screenshot, it looks a little pixelated, at least from the view I was looking at, and then in 2K16 it looks a little more lifelike. I don't know if John Cena got a different haircut or anything, but I think 2K16, the hair looks a lot more improved, and hopefully we see that with the beards and mustaches and stuff throughout all the superstars. The next thing is the facial expressions. 2K15, it looked a little bit fake. As you can see, John Cena's got that kind of, in both screenshots, he's got a similar kind of angry, never give up sort of facial expression, but in 2K15 it looks a little unrealistic, whereas in 2K16 it just, I think they perfected the facial expressions that they've been working on over the past few years. The next thing I have written down is facial structure. You can see the eyebrows, the eyes, and the mouth, particularly maybe even the nose. They look a little thin, sort of, whereas in 2K16 you can see the eyes sort of widened out, the nose, all the bone structure in the face. That's an improvement, I think, but sort of similar, but there is some noticeable improvement. And then last but not least is the body shape. Now, for the most part, it's pretty similar. As you can see, the muscle and the veins, they're pretty similar, particularly on the most visible arm on the far right on each screenshot. You can see the vein running down his arm going through the Never Give Up sweatband. The only improvement, as I mentioned before, with the body shape that I can see is the sweat on the body. So, I want to know what you guys think. Do you think 2K16 is going to be a big improvement from last year's game? Are there any differences that I missed by comparing these two screenshots side by side? Let me know what you think. Leave a like down below if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And with that, I'm Skinny Bone Jones, signing out.